Hey, what's up everybody? It's the Crypto Ginger here. Just wanted to take a quick moment, go over some additional news here circulating in the crypto space, and I wanted to start off with this tweet from XRP Crypto Wolf, who is on it again, just alerting the XRP community of information that's happening there, keeping us all on the same page. But we have an article from the Block Crypto talking about how Libra's stablecoin is scheduled to launch by the end of 2020. Now, this is information that has been going around for quite some time, but I think that this right here is just simply more confirmation coming directly from a gentleman named Bertrand Perez, who is the Managing Director and Chief Operating Officer of the Libra Association. And this is information he told the French news magazine Les Echos. So we are getting at least some confirmation here that this is on part of B going on and taking off and launching here, at least from the first half of next year till the end of 2020. So really in between that particular time frame. I know it sounds rather vague, but we are getting some reference that it's going to launch for sure. Now, some interesting things here when it comes to this article for those who might not be completely aware of Libra's stablecoin. It's information here stating that the Libra's reserve will include the US dollar, the euro, the yen, the pound sterling, and the Singapore dollar. And of course, I believe the Chinese yuan was going to be a part of it, but it's not going to be a part of it now. And I think that was done because of a lot of people in the Democratic Party and, of course, the Senate and the Congress talking about how they should not only not have the Libra stablecoin, but if they're going to go forth with it, to definitely exclude the Chinese yuan. And of course, I do believe that's one of the reasons why. Now, it's also something here in this article stating that China could possibly push to have the yuan as part of the basket reserve here for the Libra coin. Basically, that is just saying that the Libra coin is going to be pegged to every one of these particular coins in one particular basket there. So it keeps a fluctuation pretty solid with the value of the Libra stable coin. Now, also, as well, we can see is that currently based in Switzerland is the office of the Libra Association, and they are looking to expand here. Now, they also have an office in the U.S., but what they're looking to expand on is the European countries, also including Asia as well. So this right here, if it's successful in France after its launch date, we could absolutely see it expand. Now, definitely keep in mind there have been multiple countries who are definitely not with the program when it comes to this Libra stablecoin being a part of their country or in their country. They do not want this. And it just so happens that Germany not only opposes the idea of the Facebook Libra cryptocurrency being in the European nation, but they are definitely open to some sort of idea of a possible state-run or even country-run cryptocurrency for the European area. So you can easily see how this is all developing here, guys. The moment we really heard a lot about the Libra cryptocurrency there coming into existence, a lot of people are expressing their disdain for it, and they're also expressing their openness now for possibly having some sort of country-linked cryptocurrency. So again, very interesting here when you take a look at this information, guys. I want to give XRP Crypto Wolf another shout out for this information there. A couple other things I want to quickly go over as well. So in looking at that information then when it comes to Facebook's stablecoin and of course these countries possibly looking to have their own kind of cryptocurrency created, it makes me wonder how much of that's going to influence the price of Bitcoin. And I would imagine when you start seeing a lot of these people who have been in the crypto space for quite some time and been making predictions back and forth, they might know something about this information that we might not know. And of course as well, I would imagine that having the amount of capital that a lot of these people play with, especially people like Tim Draper, I would imagine that they could help influence the market just as well. So it's interesting when you see articles like this right here. This is something coming from usethebitcoin.com, where we see that Tim Draper remains bullish about Bitcoin, and he's predicting roughly around $250,000 as a conservative number by roughly around 2022. So not very far off, guys. And this is actually something he posted on Twitter, as a matter of fact. So you can actually check it out here in regards to this particular interview he did with Block TV. But nonetheless, he's stating that by 2022, again, we'll see a $250,000 Bitcoin. So that's Tim Draper there giving you that reference. And interesting enough, guys, when you kind of look at this here, you might say, all right, well, I got to take it with a grain of salt. And absolutely. But interesting enough, we also have another article from the Daily Hodl talking about Bobby Lee says Bitcoin targeting $200,000 with many cycles to come. Now, interesting enough, he's on the fence when it comes to the exact time frame, but he definitely says that he thinks that it's going to be something that could be spread spread out in the next couple of years. So matching that information up to Tim Draper, kind of seems very close here. And what he's also saying is that we could see something in the fashion of Bitcoin hitting roughly around $20,000, then immediately jumping up to $50,000, obviously within a short amount of time. And of course, then jumping from that to $100,000, which then would push that boundary to roughly around $200,000. Now, I would guess that if that is both conservative for Bobby Lee and of course even Tim Draper here, I would imagine just as well that we could easily see Bitcoin hitting higher numbers than that. And if the FOMO kicks in, who knows exactly where the Bitcoin price point would go. And if that is the case, guys, then I would imagine just as well we're going to see an absolute surge in the price point of altcoins following that. So you have to let me know what you guys think about this. Again, this is coming from Tim Draper and again Bobby Lee when it comes to these particular predictions there. I just felt it was very interesting. I think that, with the talking points again of Facebook stablecoin coming into existence, something by the end of 2020, and then of course with all these particular countries wanting to have their own created cryptocurrency representing that country, we could easily see something blow up with the crypto space here and all these prices jump up astronomically. So let me know what you guys think about this information, guys. A couple other things I want to quickly go over as well. So I know that we're getting closer to the end of the year. At the end of the year, there's a lot of holidays that are built up, and of course I know that a lot of people want to possibly give people cryptocurrency for holiday presents and also get people in the holiday mood, and that's great. But I will say that there's a quite possibility you might run across quite a bit of scammers out there, and this is an article talking about a very easy way that people are getting scammed right now. And I want you just to kind of make sure you're all paying attention to this because you might start seeing a lot more of this. The QR codes that are being generated lately, and this is really a primary way of people passing around information, scanning things to get prices, scanning things to send money. That's a very good way for you to actually send money through, for example, the XRP tip bot if you're on Twitter. But nonetheless, guys, a lot of Bitcoin QR generators are actually being created through scams, and these scammers, from what I'm gathering here in this article, you can see that 4 of the top 5 Bitcoin QR generators are on Google, and they're all fake. So they're definitely not just on one particular platform. A lot of them are all over the place, and especially on Google. And they're going through this process, from what I'm gathered here, of almost kind of like micropayment style scams, where this transactions are asking to send a small amount, and they'll try to get as many people to send that small amount. I think it would be easier and more attractive for people to look at and go, oh, if I send maybe $5 worth to this generated code here for whatever scam, they don't know it's a scam. They send the money, and of course it accumulates in one wallet. And of course here we can see actually one of the addresses took roughly around 21 transactions to build up roughly around 0.58. So it's not a large amount of money accumulated in one address. Yes, it's about $5,000 at the point in time of this video, but I would say as well 21 transactions to build up that amount. You can see it's kind of in a microtransaction basis there. So something to keep in mind here when it comes to these particular QR codes being generated. There's a lot of scams out there, guys, and you can easily see a lot of these scams on Twitter as well. Not necessarily in this particular format, but just something to keep in mind. And if you ever question how you can actually keep your cryptocurrency safe and even offline, especially with your own keys, just simply go to my page, and in the description and the first comment, I try to at least make it the first comment of every one of my videos, you can see there's a link how to protect your cryptocurrency. I obviously specify XRP because I like to talk about that digital asset a lot here. And you can actually save all this information on your Ledger Nano, keeping it offline there. Just simply click the link there, guys. It's a very easy process, and it brings you directly to shopledger.com, where you can actually see that they're actually having what looks to be quite a bit of good deals on their their wallets here. So go through here, guys, take a look at it. If you want something simple, $59 is an easy way to save your cryptocurrency. If you have a couple $100 in cryptocurrency, then I would imagine $60 to save those hundreds of dollars is probably a lot more worth it than simply seeing it possibly getting mishandled and possibly even taken away or stolen. So something to keep in mind, guys, when it comes to this right here. One last thing I wanted to quickly go over as well, and it happens to be the talking point of Tron's CEO Justin Sun promising a massive UBI giveaway in 2020. And it's interesting, guys, he has particular innovation here to have Buffett lunch there that he's talked about in the past, including a Tron fan. So if you are a Tron fan watching this video and you want to be a participant of this right here, I would definitely say take a look at this for sure. But Another part of this right here is that he's actually going to match the Andrew Yang's plan, his initiative to have $1,000 per month given out to 10 people. Justin Sun said he's actually going to match that in a way and have what looks to be, for an entire year, he's going to pledge $1,000 to 100 people per month in 2020. Think about that, guys. That's quite a bit of money there. So if you want to be a part of this, if you want to see how you can be a part of this, I would definitely take a look at his particular link there. Go to find Justin Sun on Twitter at JustinSunTron and see if this is something that is up your alley there. But a very interesting approach there. I'm not necessarily one to bring a lot of politics into the question when it comes to my channel here, but I will say that if you understand what Andrew Yang is going for, it seems kind of like the approach of what the Green New Deal was going to be kind of like, as far as incorporating a certain amount of money given to people every single month. And it might, in some form of fashion, sound like a very socialistic approach. I believe he has a socialistic background, or at least that's part of his approach when it comes to him running for the presidential candidacy. But nonetheless, this will be a very interesting situation to take place here when it comes to this particular UBI program, giving $1,000 away to 100 people per month. I would love to be a part of that personally, but again, it'll be something to watch, see how this plays out. And of course, we might see a lot of people very happy after this. Let me know what you guys think about this information. Thanks again for being a part of this channel. If you are new to this channel, please hit the like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell for future videos just as well. Outside of that, thanks again. Bye-bye.